As the sun dips, the sky bleeds crimson, then fades to deep violet. The air, crisp and cold, carries the scent of pine and something ancient, unsettling. This is the overworld, but not the one you know. Here, shadows stretch longer, deeper. They whisper secrets forgotten. Our hero, Kaelen, stands at the edge of a pixelated forest. He is a miner, calloused hands gripping a pickaxe that shimmers faintly with an inner light. His face, weathered and scarred, is framed by a mane of unkempt black hair. His eyes, though, hold a spark, a flicker of defiance against the encroaching darkness. Kaelen is haunted. By what, he doesn't know, but it claws at the edges of his vision, a constant murmur in the back of his mind. He seeks solace in the familiar rhythm of his work, the rhythmic clang of metal against stone. But tonight the shadows hold something more. A low growl rumbles from the forest depths. Kaelen tenses, hand instinctively moving to the worn leather satchel at his side. He knows the dangers of this world, knows that night brings creatures of nightmare, born from the very essence of shadow. He draws a deep breath, steeling himself for the long night ahead. Kaelen wasn't always this way. There was a time when his eyes sparkled with hope and his heart brimmed with contentment. Once he was a simple miner, content with the honest labor of extracting ore from the earth. Each day he would descend into the depths, chipping away at the rock, finding solace in the rhythm of his work. He had a family, a small cabin nestled among the hills. It was a modest home, but it was filled with love and laughter. The hills were his sanctuary, a place where he could escape the world's troubles. He found joy in the simple things, the warmth of the hearth, the laughter of loved ones. The crackling fire was a symphony of comfort, and the smiles of his family were his greatest treasure. But the world of shadows is unforgiving. It lurks in the corners, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. The peace Kaelen knew was shattered in an instant. A sickness swept through his village, a plague of creeping darkness that devoured its victims from within. It came without warning, leaving devastation in its wake. The once vibrant village became a ghost town, haunted by the memories of those who had perished. His wife, his children, all consumed, their bodies left as empty husks, their eyes vacant and staring. The plague showed no mercy, taking from him the very essence of his happiness. The plague left its mark on Kaelen too. It wasn't just the loss of his family, it was the scars it left on his soul. He was no longer the man he once was. It twisted something deep within him, leaving a residue of darkness that clung to his soul. This darkness was a constant reminder of his loss, a shadow that followed him wherever he went. He felt a growing hunger, a craving for something he couldn't name. It gnawed at him, an insatiable void that nothing could fill. This hunger was more than physical. It was a yearning for purpose, for meaning in a world that had taken everything from him. It frightened him, this darkness that whispered promises of power and vengeance. The whispers were seductive, offering him a way to reclaim what he had lost, but at a terrible cost. Yet amidst the encroaching shadows, a spark of his former self remained. It was a faint glimmer, but it was enough to remind him of who he once was. This spark was his anchor, a beacon of hope in the overwhelming darkness. He clung to it desperately, a beacon in the encroaching night. This hope was fragile, but it was all he had left. It was the light that guided him through the darkest moments. He would find a way to fight back, to protect what little he had left. This determination became his driving force, a burning resolve to reclaim his life from the shadows. He would not succumb to the darkness. No matter how powerful the shadows, he would stand his ground. His defiance was a testament to his strength, a refusal to be broken by the darkness. He would become a weapon, forged in the fires of his own personal hell. Each struggle, each moment of pain tempered him, making him stronger. He was no longer just a miner. He was a warrior, ready to face the darkness head on. He would hunt the shadows that had taken everything from him. This was his mission, his purpose. He would not rest until the darkness was vanquished and the light of hope restored to his world. Days bleed into weeks, weeks into months. The passage of time becomes a blur, a relentless march forward that Kaelen can barely keep track of. Each day feels like a repeat of the last, a never-ending cycle of survival and sorrow. Kaelen becomes a ghost, a shadow flitting through the shadowed landscapes. His presence is barely noticed, a fleeting glimpse in the corner of one's eye. He moves with purpose, yet his heart is heavy with the weight of his past. He hunts the creatures of the night, driven by a thirst for vengeance and a need to protect the innocent from the fate that befell his village. Each hunt is a reminder of what he has lost and what he must do to prevent others from suffering the same fate. The forest becomes his battleground, the darkness his ally. One day, deep within the bowels of a cavern, he stumbles upon something extraordinary. The air is thick with an otherworldly energy, and the walls seem to hum with a life of their own. He feels a strange sense of anticipation, as if he is on the brink of a great discovery. A pulsating light emanating from a newly unearthed vein of ore catches his eye. It is unlike anything he has ever seen, a beacon of light in the oppressive darkness. The light seems to call to him, beckoning him closer. As he draws closer, he feels a pull, a magnetic force drawing him towards the light. It is as if the light has a will of its own, a desire to be discovered. He cannot resist its call, and he steps forward, entranced by its beauty. Unearthing the source, he discovers a cluster of crystals, humming with an alien energy. They are unlike any crystals he has ever seen, their glow pulsating in a rhythmic pattern. The air around them seems to vibrate with their energy, and he can feel their power resonating within him. They are cold to the touch, yet radiate an intense heat that seems to seep into his bones. The contrast is startling, and he can feel the energy coursing through him, filling him with a sense of power and purpose. He feels a strange connection to them, as if they were an extension of himself. It is as if the crystals are alive, and they recognize him as their rightful owner. He can feel their energy merging with his own, creating a bond that is both exhilarating and terrifying. As he touches the crystals, whispers fill his mind. They are faint at first, barely audible, but they grow louder with each passing moment. The voices speak in a language he does not understand, yet their meaning is clear. They are calling to him, urging him to embrace their power. Visions flash before his eyes, ancient rituals, forgotten gods, and a power that could reshape the very fabric of the overworld. He sees images of a time long past, a world filled with magic and wonder. The visions are both beautiful and terrifying, a glimpse into a reality that is beyond his comprehension. The whispers promise him the power to fight back against the darkness, to avenge his loved ones. They speak of a strength that can vanquish any foe, a power that can bring light to the darkest of places. It is a tempting offer, one that he finds hard to resist. But the whispers also warn of a price, a heavy burden that comes with wielding such power. They speak of a darkness that will grow within him, a shadow that will consume him if he is not careful. The power is not without its risks, and he must be prepared to face the consequences. He feels the darkness within him stir, drawn to the artifact's energy like a moth to a flame. It is a part of him that he has always tried to suppress, a side of him that he fears, but the artifact's power is too great to ignore, and he can feel it calling to him, tempting him to embrace it. He knows that accepting this power could very well be his undoing. The choice before him is a difficult one, a decision that will shape his destiny. He must weigh the risks and rewards and decide if he is willing to pay the price for the power he seeks. The fate of the overworld hangs in the balance, and the choice is his to make. The whispers become a chorus, a symphony of temptation and dread. Kaelen is torn. The forest seems alive with voices, each one pulling him in a different direction, each one promising something different. Some offer power, others offer peace, but all come with a price. The air is thick with tension, and Kaelen can feel the weight of his decision pressing down on him. He desires nothing more than to eradicate the shadows that plague the overworld. These shadows have taken so much from him, his family, his friends, his peace of mind. They are a blight on the land, spreading fear and chaos wherever they go. Kaelen has made it his life's mission to rid the world of this darkness, to bring light back to the places that have been shrouded in shadow for far too long. But the cost, the potential surrender to the darkness within him, terrifies him. He knows that in order to fight the shadows, he must understand them, and in understanding them, he risks becoming one of them. The line between light and dark is thin, and Kaelen fears that he may not be strong enough to walk it without falling. The ancient ruins around him seem to whisper of past heroes who have tried and failed, their stories etched into the stone as a warning. Days turn into sleepless nights. The whispers follow him everywhere, even into his dreams. He sees visions of what could be, both the triumphs and the failures. Each night he wrestles with the shadows, both real and imagined, in a moonlit clearing that has become his sanctuary and his prison. The haunted castle looms in the background, a constant reminder of the stakes. Kaelen wrestles with the whispers, with the seductive promises of power. They tell him that he can have everything he ever wanted, that he can be the hero he dreams of being if only he will give in. The dungeon is dark and cold, the perfect setting for the battle that rages within him. He knows that the power they offer is real, but he also knows that it comes with strings attached, strings that could bind him forever. He practices with his weapons, honing his skills to a razor's edge. Each swing of his sword, each block with his shield, is a step closer to his goal. The training ground is a place of focus and discipline, a stark contrast to the chaos that threatens to consume him. Here he can lose himself in the rhythm of his movements, in the perfection of his form. But even here, the whispers find him, reminding him of the power he could wield if he would only let go. He knows that whatever his decision, he must be ready. The armor room is filled with relics of past battles, each one a testament to the warriors who came before him. Kaelen takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of his armor settle around him. He knows that the battle ahead will be unlike any he has faced before, and that his decision will shape not only his own fate, but the fate of the entire Overworld. Finally, he makes a choice. The chamber is dimly lit, the air thick with the scent of ancient magic. Kaelen stands before the artifacts, each one glowing with a power that calls to him. He reaches out, feeling the energy pulse beneath his fingertips. He knows that this is the moment of truth, the moment that will define him. With a deep breath, he makes his decision, feeling a sense of calm wash over him as he does. He will embrace the power of the artifact, but he will do so on his own terms. The cave is filled with a soft, glowing light, the crystals casting eerie shadows on the walls. Kaelen feels the power surge through him, filling him with a strength he has never known. But he also feels a sense of resolve, a determination to use this power for good. He stands defiant against the darkness, the ancient artifacts around him a testament to his will. He will not become a slave to the shadows. The forest is alive with magic, the air thick with the scent of pine and earth. Kaelen feels the shadows pressing in around him, but he stands firm, his resolve unshaken. He knows that the power he wields is a double-edged sword, but he is determined to use it to cut through the darkness, to bring light back to the Overworld. He will use their power against them. The castle is dark and foreboding, the perfect setting for the battle that is about to unfold. Kaelen feels the magic coursing through him, a dark and powerful force that he has learned to control. He faces the mystical creatures with a newfound confidence, knowing that he has the power to defeat them. The shadows may be strong, but Kaelen is stronger. He performs an ancient ritual, drawing upon the knowledge whispered by the artifact. The moonlit sky is a perfect backdrop for the ritual, the stars twinkling like ancient runes. Kaelen feels the power of the artifact flow through him, filling him with a sense of purpose. The magical library around him is filled with the whispers of past scholars, their knowledge guiding him as he performs the ritual. He knows that this is the key to unlocking his true potential. He feels the crystals bond with his pickaxe, their energy flowing into him, mingling with the darkness that already resides within. The forge is a place of creation and transformation, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels the energy surge through him, a powerful force that he has learned to control. He knows that this is just the beginning, that the true battle is yet to come. He is both terrified and exhilarated. The cavern is filled with a sense of awe and wonder, the ancient temple a testament to the power that he now wields. Kaelen feels a sense of exhilaration as he embraces the darkness, knowing that he has the power to change the world. But he is also terrified, knowing that this power comes with a price. He must be careful, must walk the line between light and dark if he is to succeed. He has made a pact with the unknown. The realm is shadowy and mysterious, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels a sense of resolve as he makes his decision, knowing that he has chosen the path that will lead him to victory. The chamber is dimly lit, the air thick with the scent of ancient magic. He knows that this is just the beginning, that the true battle is yet to come, a covenant with the shadows themselves. The landscape is dark and ominous, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels a sense of resolve as he makes his decision, knowing that he has chosen the path that will lead him to victory. The forest is alive with magic, the air thick with the scent of pine and earth. He knows that this is just the beginning, that the true battle is yet to come. He can feel their power coursing through his veins, making him stronger, faster, deadlier. The battle is intense, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels the power surge through him, filling him with a strength he has never known. He knows that this is just the beginning, that the true battle is yet to come. The mystical realm around him is filled with the scent of magic and earth, the perfect backdrop for this moment. But he can also feel their insidious influence, their whispers tempting him to relinquish control. The castle corridor is dark and eerie, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels the whispers pressing in around him, tempting him to give in, but he stands firm, his resolve unshaken. He knows that the power he wields is a double-edged sword, but he is determined to use it to cut through the darkness, to bring light back to the overworld. The true battle has just begun. The environment is mystical and detailed, the perfect setting for this moment. Kaelen feels a sense of resolve as he prepares for the ultimate challenge. He knows that the battle ahead will be unlike any he has faced before, and that his decision will shape not only his own fate, but the fate of the entire overworld. The fantasy world around him is filled with the scent of magic and earth, the perfect backdrop for this moment. He takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of his armor settle around him, and steps forward into the unknown.